Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we're diving into some exciting updates from around Hong Kong and beyond. First up, the Hong Kong stock market hit a 4-year high but took a slight tumble, dropping 1% amid worries about potential U.S. sanctions on Chinese pharmaceutical exports. Major players like Sino Biopharmaceutical and Alibaba saw declines, as fears of new restrictions on medicine exports and U.S. efforts to boost domestic drug production spooked investors. Next, we're celebrating Hong Kong's impressive progress in regional collaboration. The city has climbed to its highest-ever global talent ranking, now 4th worldwide, thanks to enhanced education and talent initiatives. During the recent ASEAN summit, Hong Kong's leaders emphasized strengthening ties with Southeast Asia, aiming to become a vital hub for talent, investment, and innovation, especially in AI, biopharma, and green tech. It's all about building bridges and unlocking huge growth potential. Finally, a rare and thrilling development: the Hong Kong Bulls are eyeing a spot in China's top-tier basketball league, CBA. As efforts to integrate China's leagues continue, the Bulls, last year's NBL champions, hope to join as early as 2026-27. They're even scouting for a home court at Kai Tak Sports Park and will participate in the CBA Cup this December, truly a historic moment for Hong Kong sports fans. Please continue to watch for more detailed stories. According to South China Morning Post, Hong Kong stocks experienced a slight retreat from their 4-year highs, primarily due to concerns over potential U.S. sanctions on Chinese pharmaceutical exports. The Hang Seng Index dropped 1% to 25,951.32, with notable declines in biotech giants like Sino Biopharmaceutical and CSPC Pharmaceutical Group, which plummeted over 7 to 8%. The U.S. government was reportedly considering executive orders that could restrict Chinese medicine exports, including experimental treatments and essential medications like antibiotics and Tylenol, sparking fears of a trade and health crisis. Meanwhile, on the mainland, the CSI 300 and Shanghai Composite Indices showed modest gains, and other Asia-Pacific markets displayed mixed performances, reflecting regional uncertainty amid geopolitical tensions. SCMP opinion highlights Hong Kong's remarkable rise to the 4th position in the global talent ranking, a feat that coincided with the Hong Kong ASEAN summit. The city's strategic focus on attracting talent, especially from Southeast Asia, home to over 670 million people with a median age of 30, has been bolstered by recent government initiatives to reverse immigration trends caused by social unrest and the pandemic. Chief Executive John Lee Ka-chiu emphasized the importance of deepening ties with ASEAN nations, which can benefit from Hong Kong's advanced educational institutions and innovative industries such as AI, biotech, and green tech. The summit showcased the vast potential for collaboration, from talent exchanges and resource sharing to facilitating Southeast Asian companies' access to Chinese capital via Hong Kong Stock Connect schemes, underscoring the city's role as a vital hub for regional growth. The South China Morning Post reports a groundbreaking development for Hong Kong basketball, as the Hong Kong Bulls move closer to joining China's top-tier league, the CBA, a rare feat for a city team. Recent rule changes have aligned the schedules of China's second-tier NBL with the CBA, paving the way for the Bulls, last year's NBL champions, to potentially compete at the highest level starting in the 2026-27 season. The team is actively seeking a suitable home court, eyeing Kai Tak Sports Park or the Hong Kong Coliseum, to host their games domestically rather than across the border in Shenzhen. This strategic move signifies a historic step for Hong Kong sports, with the possibility of regular participation in China's premier basketball competition, which would elevate the city's sporting profile and foster local fan engagement. The South China Morning Post vividly captures the transformative impact of Hong Kong's top talent pass scheme, now 3 years into implementation. The influx of mainland talent has dramatically reshaped the city's real estate and social landscape, exemplified by Kai Tak's bustling promenade where property agencies outnumber restaurants and pharmacies, catering predominantly to mainland buyers. The scheme has driven up rents. Some properties near Kai Tak now command up to 16,000 Hong Kong dollars a month for a modest flat, while fueling fierce competition for jobs, especially among recent graduates like Nicole Chung, who finds herself accepting lower wages amid a saturated market. The city's popular districts, from Lon Kwai Fong to Tseung Kwan O, have experienced a renaissance, with mainland restaurant chains expanding rapidly and luxury consumption soaring, highlighting how the scheme's high-income and young professional migrants are injecting vitality into Hong Kong's economy and culture. However, critics warn that this rapid influx intensifies competition with locals, depresses wages, and warrants policy fine-tuning, such as tightening quotas and adopting a points-based system, to better align talent intake with the city's long-term development needs, especially in innovation and technology sectors. The South China Morning Post delves into the systemic issues within Hong Kong's civil service procurement culture, emphasizing that the recent bottled water scandal reflects deeper flaws rooted in procedural rigidity and a lack of attentiveness. The reliance on the lowest price wins approach, though designed to ensure fairness, has inadvertently fostered a risk-averse environment where officials hesitate to exercise judgment, leading to safety lapses like the 1999 Sha Tin construction scandal and more recent controversies over substandard government supplies. Experts advocate for a cultural shift that promotes vigilance, accountability, and flexibility, such as delegating responsibility, encouraging peer review, and allowing user departments more authority, arguing that reforms must go beyond rules to cultivate a mindset of proactive oversight. By fostering habits of care, ownership, and adaptive decision-making, Hong Kong's civil service can evolve into a resilient, responsive institution capable of safeguarding public trust amid societal and economic change. The Post also shares a relatable account of battling rice weevils in Hong Kong's kitchens, illustrating the ongoing struggle with pantry pests that invade stored grains and dried foods. These tiny, black insects, which burrow into rice, pasta, and lentils, often arrive as stowaways in bulk packages, making eradication challenging. The author recounts the frustration of discovering infested food even in unopened bags, and highlights practical solutions like freezing affected items to kill the pests and storing dry goods in airtight containers. The experience underscores the importance of vigilant pantry management and adaptive storage practices, such as avoiding bulk buying and maintaining cleanliness, to prevent infestations. Ultimately, it's a reminder that small household battles with pests reflect broader themes of resilience and adaptability, qualities essential for thriving in Hong Kong's dynamic environment. The South China Morning Post reports on a contentious legal battle between the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod and the Hong Kong International School, HKIS, over allegations of mismanagement and exclusivity. The church, which owns the campus in Repulse Bay, claims that HKIS has strayed from its original mission, serving only the wealthy and amassing over 2.8 billion Hong Kong dollars in reserves while raising tuition fees and selling debentures that favor affluent families. The church's chairman, Christian Priaz, emphasized that this dispute is a last resort after numerous attempts to resolve issues through letters, meetings, and calls, accusing the school's management of ignoring their concerns and making decisions without church approval. The church has threatened to terminate its operating agreement and evict the school from its campuses if the management does not comply by the end of the 2027-28 academic year, proposing to establish a new, more inclusive private primary school with lower fees and no debentures, aimed at serving a broader community and honoring the original charitable intent. In a related development, the church's allegations extend to concerns about the school's governance and financial practices. KAIS's management, which has been operating the school since 1974, is accused of breaching the 2013 operating agreement, including issues with staffing, board composition, and transparency. The church criticizes the school's substantial financial reserves and expenditures on facilities like a $1 billion student activity center, arguing that these funds should be used to reduce fees and increase scholarships. The school's high tuition fees, reaching 224,800 Hong Kong dollars for primary and over 263,000 Hong Kong dollars for secondary students, underscore the controversy, as the church perceives HKIS as catering predominantly to the wealthy rather than fulfilling its original mission of inclusivity. The dispute is ongoing, with the Education Bureau monitoring the situation to ensure student interests remain protected amid the legal proceedings. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post highlights the expanding economic and cultural ties between China and Kazakhstan, exemplified by a recent cooperation agreement in Beijing aimed at boosting cross-border e-commerce. Timur Turlev, CEO of Freedom Holding, envisions building interoperable digital platforms to facilitate trade, leveraging Chinese fintech innovations like UnionPay and WeChat, and expanding payment channels in both yuan and US dollars. This agreement, part of Kazakhstan's broader engagement with China's Belt and Road Initiative, reflects growing investment and financial integration, including China's substantial investments in Kazakh infrastructure and industry. Turlev also expressed interest in Hong Kong as a strategic financial hub for expanding access to Asian markets and raising capital, seeing China's attractive interest rates and the city's global financial connectivity as opportunities for his company's growth amid the evolving regional landscape. This growing cooperation underscores the deepening economic relationship between China and Central Asia, with significant implications for regional trade and investment. The South China Morning Post also discusses the upcoming national games in China, which, although scheduled for November, have already fostered a vibrant atmosphere of amateur sports participation. Since their inception in 2017, mass participation events have become a core feature, encouraging around 11,000 amateur athletes from Hong Kong, Guangdong, and Macau to compete in sports like table tennis, football, and dragon boating. These events aim to promote health, community engagement, and the development of sporting talent, aligning with China's broader goal of expanding its sports industry to a projected worth of nearly $1 trillion by 2030. Grassroots competitions in football and basketball have shown remarkable enthusiasm, attracting thousands of spectators and fostering a culture of fitness and active living. The games serve as a platform for both elite and amateur athletes, emphasizing that the joy of sport should be accessible to everyone and that the momentum generated can have lasting benefits for public health and the nation's sporting ambitions. South China Morning Post reports that Rasmel Ventures, a venture capital firm supported by Qatar's sovereign wealth fund, has made a significant move into Hong Kong's tech scene by investing $2 million in Nex, an innovative AI-driven logistics startup founded by former J.P. Morgan banker Houston Huang. This strategic investment marks Rasmel's ambition to expand its assets in Greater China, aiming for a fund size of up to $100 million by 2025, and to establish a foothold in the Middle East through Nex's growing presence. Nex's cutting-edge generative AI solutions are set to revolutionize warehousing operations for clients like Milaha, enhancing efficiency and predictive inventory management, with plans to expand its regional footprint and possibly list publicly or pursue a sale in the future. Rasmel's long-term vision includes establishing a regional headquarters in Asia, possibly in Hong Kong, as part of its broader plan to back tech companies with global scaling potential, reflecting a keen interest in fostering innovation and connectivity across the Asian markets. The South China Morning Post also vividly recalls 1956 when Hong Kong showcased its vibrant trade prowess at the Frankfurt Trade Fair, marking a pivotal moment in its post-war economic revival. The colony's strategic effort to promote its manufactured goods abroad resulted in a remarkable display of over 1,600 items across 50 categories, capturing international interest and leading to immediate trade inquiries and the first notable order of rubber footwear. The event not only underscored Hong Kong's reputation for high-quality products but also highlighted the challenges of international perceptions, especially amidst Cold War tensions, with some visitors surprised to learn that Hong Kong was not part of Communist China. This historic trade fair exemplifies Hong Kong's resilience and its commitment to forging global trade links, laying a foundation for its future as a major international trading hub. The South China Morning Post details Hong Kong's latest venture into private aviation, where the Hong Kong Business Aviation Centre, HKBAC, has recently expanded its facilities with a 500 million Hong Kong dollars upgrade, aiming to capitalize on the city's booming IPO market, international events, and Middle Eastern investments. The upgraded terminal offers unprecedented luxury and efficiency, including a 26-meter sky canopy and rapid customs clearance, designed to attract high-net-worth individuals, corporate executives, and international sports teams. With Hong Kong's record-breaking IPO activity, raising 107 billion Hong Kong dollars through 42 listings in just half a year, the center anticipates a significant increase in private jet traffic, especially from IPO applicants and Middle Eastern travelers, who have doubled their arrivals since 2019. This development underscores Hong Kong's strategic positioning as a global financial and business hub, leveraging its infrastructure to support the city's thriving mega-event and investment economy, while also catering to the ultra-wealthy seeking exclusive travel options. South China Morning Post reports on David Webb, a passionate Hong Kong activist known for his unwavering dedication to corporate governance, who has recently expressed his disdain for Bauhaus International Holdings' decision to purchase a residential flat instead of returning profits to shareholders through dividends. Webb, holding over 8% of the company's shares, sharply criticizes the move, especially given Bauhaus' substantial cash reserves of 97.1 million Hong Kong dollars and a profit of 11.7 million Hong Kong dollars for the year ending March 31. Webb's open letter highlights the company's choice to invest in staff quarters, which he dismisses as insignificant given the staff size of 164, arguing that the company's previous strategy of selling assets and distributing dividends under former leadership was more shareholder-friendly. He also criticizes the lack of transparency in recent financial disclosures, emphasizing the importance of clear communication to protect investors. Webb's dedication to public service extends beyond criticism. He has committed to making his extensive online database available after his death to promote transparency and shareholder rights, illustrating his lifelong fight for better corporate governance in Hong Kong. Meanwhile, South China Morning Post also brings us a charming story about Troye Sivan's heartfelt tribute to his sister, Sage Mellet, who inspired his latest fragrance launch under his lifestyle brand, Sulengya. Sivan, a celebrated singer and actor, shares how Sage embodies the qualities of kindness, effortless style, and warmth, which he captured in the scent named Sage's Rose, a blend of sweet, musky, and mysterious notes that reflect her personality. The fragrance, with Sage serving as guest creative director, symbolizes the importance of home and the comfort of close relationships, themes Sivan has cherished since traveling at 17. Sage Mellet, a Perth-born singer and influencer with a growing social media following, also has a diverse career spanning music, marketing, and entrepreneurial ventures like Peach Pack, a subscription service aimed at reducing stigma around menstruation and supporting girls' education. Her story reveals a creative spirit inspired by her family's example, emphasizing the power of authenticity and community in her pursuits. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.